welcome back to Derail Valley. Today I found a load that we're going to take out of the sawmill here, so we're just going to get it started up as usual. And once we're running, we need to make our way over to the sea yard to pick up this load. It's going to be a load of boards that we're going to take down to the machine factory in town, I believe. So we'll just get it started here and push forward. Yeah, I'm going to go over there and pick up that load. And I had to step away here for just a second, so sorry for the jarring cut there. Yeah, we're heading on over, and we should be able, fingers crossed, we should be able to handle our load this time. I checked that it's not as heavy, and I don't think we have as many uphill sections that are just as bad. So also, it's a sunny day. Let's hope we don't get any rain. But this should be a good, nice, chill run just to go make a little delivery. And right over there on that far track, that is a load of boards we're going to be picking up. So just want to make sure those switches are lined up correctly. And as we pass this switch, we'll come to a stop here. That's it. Okay, so now we should be good to just back right up and hook up. Of course, we're going to set our lights correctly. Again, I know that it doesn't really matter in Derail Valley. It's not like there's anyone around me to communicate with the lights, but I don't know, it just feels good to make sure the lights are set correctly, that I'm indicating which way I'm moving. Alright, so we're rolling up towards our load. We're going to start slowing down here, make sure we don't go too fast. And, just nice and gentle as usual. We want to make sure, I tend to aim for right around 3 kilometers an hour as I'm hitting the other buffer. Really, anything above 3 and you're probably, it's a little too violent. So yeah, let's just nice and gentle here. It looks about good. And there we go. All right, great. So we are ready to hook on up. Let's just make sure everything is in a good position here. I'm not wasting any fuel. Burning that off whilst, hooking everything up. I don't know. Maybe I was a little too anal about that, but here we are. So of course, just like last time, I didn't actually accept the job yet. I wanted to position myself appropriately before I did that, just to maximize my bonus time. So we're just going to run over here real quick to the station office. And here's the job. Let's see here. Okay, so I have some debt I need to pay off first. That's Click here, fees 11,800, huh? Okay, well, right. Because I don't have any licenses yet, my copay is actually only 100. So the total fees are 11,000, but my copay is only 100. That's a lot nicer. Okay, so job taken. C10 is our load. That's where we already are. So machine factory in town. We should be good. So just run on over here. We're gonna release the handbrake here, and then we should be good to get ourselves going. All right, coupler attached, air hose attached. Okay. Handbrake released. Looking good. This is in fact the correct car. And you heard the air pressure level itself there, so that should be all good. We are ready to get started. Headlights, rear lights, reverser and forward. Air hose connected. Okay, handbrake released. Start up the engine. Sounds good. Yeah, we don't need the starter. I don't actually know if it makes a difference to turn off the starter after you're done using it, but sometimes I do. Okay, so from there, we're going to go up to City West and then Machine Factory in town. So we're at the sawmill. First step is just to get out of here. And then we will deal with how we're going to get through City West and make sure we don't get trapped there. All right, now this is a relatively heavy load, so you can definitely see we're not accelerating too fast, but feels good. It feels okay. So we are on the move. Okay, we're starting to build some speed. Definitely able to put this in a higher throttle setting and just take it nice and gentle out of here. But yeah, so far so good. Now, coming out of the sawmill, I believe for starters, we're going to have a little bit of a downhill because the sawmill is kind of up on a hill. So definitely shouldn't have any trouble with the acceleration here in the short term. We'll just reset that switch there to the normal position. Okay. And we keep going. Let's have a look here. 40 is the limit, and we do in fact have a slight downgrade, so should be good. So again, that sign there is telling us that our limit from this point on is 60 kilometers an hour, but the red downwards arrow means that the next limit is going to be significantly lower. So we're hanging out right around 40 right now, and given that our limit is going to drop down from 60 again, we probably want to stay right around 40. Yeah, so we'll just take it nice and gentle, coast all the way down for now, and see what happens. Now, looking at the map here, we're going to come into City West from that bottom right corner, and we want to go out the top right corner. So those are the switches we need to make sure we have set appropriately so that we pass by the city and not actually go into the station there. Nice little view here as we follow this river through this valley downhill. You know, we're mostly kind of riding the brakes here. Definitely don't need a lot of acceleration, just, you know, nice, smooth, and calm. And enjoying the views. Nice little forested area here. It's all good. It's all exciting. So looking at the map there, you know, this bridge here, we're going to cross the river. That tells me we're getting pretty close to the end of this straight section here. We're going to be coming up on our first junction pretty soon, I think. At that junction, we're going to want to take a left. That'll head towards the City West, which is where we're going through. And then we'll head up north from there. So first junction should be soon, and we want to make sure we stick left. And there you can see the city out in the distance, so definitely getting close. Alright, so coming up on that first junction here, and like I said, we want to make it left. That'll get us towards City West. So we just want to, and then in City West, it's right and right. Okay, so left here to get to City West, and then in the city, 2 right junctions. And that should set us on the track going north. And we really need to drop some speed here. That's a 20. Last thing we want to do is derail in this turn. That would really suck. So slowed down pretty fast there, but we're good now. We're just gonna go through this turn here. Once we're through the turn, 60 is what we can get up to. But of course, you have to remember that we need to get the whole load through the turn before we can speed up, right? It's not about speeding up when your engine hits the new speed limit. You really want to make sure your whole train is there, because otherwise the rear of your train, especially if it's a long train, the rear of your train could still be, you know, way back there in the curve. Okay, coming up on the city, just like I said, 2 rights. These 2 right here. Once we cleared those 2 right junctions, we should be out on the track going north here. And we can go 50 through this area, so that's pretty good. Now, of course, if you go left here, if you'd gone left, you would actually stop here at City West. And I'm sure we'll do that sometime in the future, but that is not what we're aiming for today. So as we pass the city here, we're coming out on this far track towards the north, and that will take us up north past the new coal mine, coal power plant, and then to the machine factory town. So next up is making sure we get past the coal power plant, and we should be good. And as we look at that map there, you'll notice the map is kind of tilted 90 degrees, so we'll be coming from this left side as we go north. And so the only thing we need to make sure is to make a right in that junction there. There'll just be the one junction at the coal power plant. We need to make a right, and that will get us to the machine factory in town. All right, we say goodbye to City West, and we head on up this hill. It's a gentle hill. We should be good. And the speed limit on this section is pretty high, so we can really give it some throttle here. That sign there was stuck in the tree, so I'm not sure I saw it right, but it said at least 10, so that's 100 kilometers an hour. It might have said 11 or 12, but I definitely saw a 1, and yeah. So full speed ahead. Let's make some progress here. Now, I feel pretty comfortable with how we're going to get past the coal power plant, so the next question is, once we get to the town, where exactly are we going? We're going to section C, so that, 120 with a downhill, okay. We're going to section C, so that at least means 2 right-hand turns. And it's pretty neat. You can actually drop the catalog like that. It's incredible how thick it is. I guess given the number of pages in it, that might not be totally unrealistic. It is a very thick catalog of maps, but it just looks funny how thick it is. Anyway, okay, 100 here. Still, we're going way slower than that. We can never hit 100 in this DE2, I don't think, so no fear. Well, maybe we could actually. Hold on. Yeah, I think we got close, right? We got close on our first run from the steel mill. But anyway, nice and gentle. Limit is going down here, so we want to make sure we're not going too crazy. We do have that first junction coming up here soon, where we're going to want to be going left towards the coal power plant. And then, of course, at the coal power plant, we need to steer right. So those are the things to keep in mind right now. Cool, this junction is already set to the left, so that's good. We're just going to go through here, speed limit of 60 and a gentle downgrade. So that is all groovy. Again, next up will be the coal power plant, which is brand new at build 99. I've never seen it before. But as we get past that, we just need to remember that we want to veer right. Okay, here it is, coal power plant. That has some pretty serious condenser towers there. And the hill here, you can definitely tell this used to be a pretty smooth, straight piece of track. And obviously, as they added the coal power plant, they had to change the track around a little bit. So you can definitely tell there was like an inflection point there where the hill suddenly became quite a bit steeper up towards the junction. And then it kind of flattened out. So obviously, I guess, to make this piece of track work, they did a little bit of work. It happens. So there we go. That's new track. We cleared it through. And now we are on to manufacturing town. So the next junction will be that entry junction into the town. So at this point, it's all about just making sure we're making it into the correct yard, making it into the right track so that we can drop off this load and complete this job. So I'm just kind of orienting the map so that it's flipped the right way as far as how we're moving. So as we can tell here, the first junction, we definitely want to make a right to get us towards the C yard. And after we made that right, we're going to want to make a left so that we go towards the C area. I'm definitely starting to drop down some speed a little bit here too. I don't want to go too fast as I'm trying to navigate these junctions. That's just a pain, really. So we're going to C4I, which means we want to go on the far right track within the C yard. So we're set up here to go into the C yard, and at this point, we just want to steer right at all of those junctions that come ahead right here, so that we make it into 4I. Alright, we're coming into our track, and there's nothing ahead of us here. That's good. You should always check. Sometimes the game definitely does spawn cars on the track that you're supposed to, especially if you're doing shunting jobs or things like that. You might very well be expected to go into a track that already has something on it, in which case, you want to back in and not go in forwards, because if you go in forwards, then your engine is just going to be stuck in the middle of the track between two sets of cars, and that is not helpful. So definitely, don't come blasting into the track. Make sure you take it slow enough that if there is already something on the track, you can stop in time. But in this case, that was not relevant. We are good. We're here. We're on the correct track. And at this point, we just need to stop in the right spot. And then the job will be done. Alright, we're in a good spot. I am killing the engine here, so we're not wasting fuel. And we're going to set the handbrake. Like usual, we're going to turn everything off, set everything to a default position, so that we can leave the engine here and walk away. Electrical's off. Just got to set a handbrake on one of these cars. Run on over and unhook the air hose. There we go. And uncouple. Oh. There we go, uncouple. Great, now I just need to run over to the station building real quick and we will be done. Here we are at the station. We throw the order in there. Once again, well within the bonus time. We did it in 20 minutes and we had like an hour and a half. We made another 22,000 roughly. So great. That is it for today. Next time, like usual, we'll be back here. We'll look at some of these orders and we'll pick up something else to do. So I'll see you then.